Hey guys, this is Lani from Gingerbread Garden. So in today's video, I want to take you on a little, somewhat like a garden tour, but it's more like harvest tour, harvest time. I want you guys to harvest with me today and, see what is growing in a garden. I have been so behind my gardening season because of our travel back in the Philippines, and there's been a lot of things that happen in life, especially in our family, that gardening just had to be the last thing for me to think about. So what I ended up doing is planting way behind my usual schedule, but it's fine because I think it still worked out just fine for me because some of these plants I'm actually starting to enjoy them more because I feel like there's a little bit less pressure. But right now I do need to harvest them because it's been so hot. Actually, I don't know if you can see all the details. Even the camera is actually a little bit foggy because of that. But anyway, what I'm saying is it has been so warm right now, so I need to harvest my brassicas, at least the ones that I think are ready. I'm gonna have to make a judgment as far as like should I or should I not harvest them. Since I got back from the Philippines, from our trip, I felt a lot more refreshed. I was able to do a lot of things that actually beneficial for the garden. I think doing content creation for 5 years now, it has been a bit of a challenge for me, but that's life in general. I think with a lot of things that we do in life, there will come a time, as even if we think we found something that we are passionate about, there will come a time in our lives that you will just feel exhausted and just tired, and add to it the different aspects of life where we go through different challenges. Sometimes a garden just have to be on the back burner and just come back whenever we are ready. But anyway, I want you guys to go harvest with me. Let's go. See this one, you guys? Isn't that adorable? Isn't that nice? So this is the cheddar variety of cauliflower. I think most of us are used to the white or cream color of cauliflower, just like this one. So this is the white variety. I'm actually thinking of leaving this one for a little while because although my dilemma is that it's gonna be really hot in the next couple of days, so I'm not sure if I should leave this, but I think I may. But I'm gonna have to observe if this one will start separating. When they start separating, that's a really good cue for you to start harvesting before they kind of start separating. Although there's still a beauty in harvesting cauliflower when they start opening. It's also beautiful. Some chefs are actually using those to make really fancy dishes. But anyway, I'm not really happy with the size of this cauliflower yet, but I will eventually harvest this one as well. But now I still haven't figured out if I wanted to harvest it yet. Not yet is my answer, but absolutely I'm gonna be harvesting this cauliflower. It's beautiful, and I think the size is already perfect for harvesting, so we're gonna harvest that. This is heavy. We're gonna take in the leaves as well and clean them and use them to make some greens. So let's harvest what's remaining of my kohlrabi. An alien looking plant. I had a terrible year growing beets this year because of the leaf miner. So as you can see, this leaves and these leaves, it has a serious issue of leaf miner, and this is something that I've actually never experienced in the past. And unfortunately, this year is a learning year for me as far as pests that attacks beets. So I never get to grow a really big beets this year because of that reason. But like I always say about gardening, I'm thankful for what I was able to get. So that's what I keep in mind as far as gardening, because there will be a year that it's just not gonna be good, but you'll learn something new, and that's something that is valuable in your gardening journey that you may not be able to learn until you started experiencing them. I always say that about gardening. The best gardener are the ones that learn from their garden and from the experiences. So yeah, if there's something that will definitely humble you, gardening can humble you. So yeah, I'm so thankful. Not the biggest size, but good enough. I think if I actually leave this one in the raised bed, they probably could get a little bit bigger, but I think now I'm kind of done with them. I would just harvest them to enjoy. So I'm gonna use the leaves, whatever's left of it, to enjoy for this season, and just try again next season and do a better job. Be on the lookout for the next video because I want to feature the things that I have learned from growing beets, and I want to talk about the solutions that I have found that I wanted to try for the coming years so that I don't get a very serious problem with leaf miners as far as growing beets. So I also harvested a carrot variety called Mount Fukuji. So this one is actually really known for the long taproot. So these are great for growing in an extra tall raised bed. Or I have a friend that grew this in a pot, but she designed a pot or almost like an extra tall pot she and her husband created just so she could grow Mount Fuji. And so I have this one because I have an extra tall raised bed. I grew this one, and so far this is probably about 12 inches, so about a foot. But this one could grow twice as long as this one, and it's also a funny looking carrot. But that's what happened. So the short history about this carrot is that I remember sowing this in the fall season, and only a few of the seeds germinated, and one of them got decimated by cutworm. So fortunately it came back comes spring season because I guess the roots are still intact, so it started sprouting during the spring. However, the bad part about it is that it because of the weather changes and all that stuff, it kind of treated it as a second year. So the carrot started flowering, so I was getting excited when I saw it getting bigger, but I noticed that it started shooting up, meaning it started bolting. So I ended up harvesting it to use for broth, but so it's not wasted at all. But it would have been nice if I was able to see the actual carrots. But anyway, this year, this at least this summer, I'm gonna try to grow them, tuck them in spots where they could get a little bit of morning sunlight and shade from other taller plants. So I'm gonna plant them around the back of the taller plants to see if it's actually gonna work, because I've been having a hard time growing them around the fall season, even spring season. Well, I guess because I don't really make a lot of effort growing them around the spring. If I do, I probably would have been better. And one thing that I'm also doing this year is overseeding, because things happen. It's just like what happened last fall. We had cutworms that had decimated my carrot seedlings, but if I had planted more in other raised beds, it would have been a lot better. So we're gonna try that this year. Hopefully it helps with the problem. See that beautiful cabbage? I've successfully grown other type of cabbage, the napa cabbage, but not this kind of cabbage. So I'm really happy to see them. So I've been trying to feel them to see if the inside is full, and this one so far feels full to me. And we're gonna be having a really high temperature. I'm going to harvest these ones before they start bolting. These are the harvest. This is the cauliflower, obviously, then kohlrabi, and the leaves that I got from them, which I'm planning to use as greens. These are the peas that I got, and then carrots and beets. as well as some blueberries that I got from my deck. I got two tiny blueberry plants in there that I actually had harvested. This is the first time I got the biggest harvest, and I'm quite happy with them. So yeah, it's really nice to see them grow like that, because I remember it being super tiny a couple of years ago, and now look at the production. And these are just tiny plants, and they produced really nicely. And actually stay tuned for another video, because I wanted to feature this particular variety, which is really great for small space gardens. All right, so thank you guys for watching, and I hope you had fun with my little harvest with me video. Until next time, bye bye.